game number 1 of round 2. So we're down to 16 players now. This scoring system will work exactly like the first round. So we're going to play 2 games, linear scoring for your placements. And the top 4 from each group will move on to the round of 8, the finals, which will also be 2 games. So let's take a look at their opening salvo. 2 anti-mages, 3 tinies, 1 poor Vino, an enchantress, and 1 bat rider. I think people generally just don't want to grab the savages there first, but sometimes you don't have a better offer. You get like shadow shamans and warlocks instead.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's a couple of those tier 1 units that are just like you listed there that you, I'm gonna get this instead.
I have passed on locking 3 shadow shamans in the opening pack because do you really want that? Or do you want more options?
Yeah, no, shadow shaman's probably one of the worst ones. It's pretty bad. You know, you mentioned we can see the shop now. I happen to be on Pit to play. He locked his shop. He has 2 enchantresses and a venomancer there. Okay, so he takes the Venom and the Enchantress, and then he sells the Anti-Mage and just takes the other Enchantress. So interesting switch up.
It's also kind of a misdirect, right? Because in the first round, a lot of people are just spacing their first unit on other things. Zaraya says, I always lose when I pick Shadow Shaman 2-star early. Yeah, just don't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's... I guess the new Shaman Alliance, like, potentially makes it okay.
I would add Shadow Shaman as my 4th Shaman after Enigma, if that was the case.
That's fair. Well, yeah, I mean...
I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Disruptor and Arc Warden, both very solid units.
Yeah, no, those 2 are obviously very, very good, but...
Right.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman's just the weakling there.
Got some items rolling in now. 5 Embarrassment of Riches, definitely amazing to take in the first round or 2. 1 Fall from Grace for Zaraya. And we don't really have a ton of match information on anybody. Wheat Thin and Goomba are going to be our 2 returning players from Group A that we just commentated. Wheat Thin, he did 2 different builds, I believe. He went Elusive in the first game. So... we'll see what they have in store for us this time. Looks like Brawny Hunter is early up for Pit to play. He actually took out the Enchantress and Vino in favor of 2 axes and a drow.
All right. Yeah, that's quite a switch up right there. Well, he's, you know, keeping his options open. Obviously, we'll see players do this. They, if he gets an Enchantress next round, then, you know, go that. If he gets an axe, then we go that. So,
Breaky, I don't know if you know,
both?
there is a new function now as of the most recent patch. When you hit tab and click on a person's face, it highlights all of those only. So if you didn't know, it's really helpful for casting. You can see there's only 4 tinies that have been selected this whole first 3 rounds.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, cool.
It's a feature that I actually suggested and wanted multiple times on my stream, so I'm really glad they added it, because even when I'm playing, I'm like, who else is in mechs? I can't tell. There's like 8,000 unit faces.
Yeah.
But it's a great feature.
Very useful.
All right, let's take a look around again at items. We have a Summoning Stone and Fall from Grace for Zaraya. That's kind of interesting. We also have 2 top 100 Lords of Whitespire in this game with Wheat Thin and MX.
And a big boss too.
That happens. Dang was only not even boss, or no, he was boss 1.
Yeah, it's obviously there's other auto brawlers out there that I'm sure some of these players are also participating in, and so taking away some of their time to grind this one doesn't necessarily mean that they're not as good.
Oh, the 2-star anti-mage with the Helm of Undying, just chopping through everything, but Vino is going to win for Pit to play against Mighty Doug.
And that actually had to do with his positioning. Not a lot of players, I shouldn't say that. I mean, myself and my level, the boss ranks, will position this early on in the corner like that. You know, you'll just tend to just go up in front and usually do that. And if he was up in front right there, I'm pretty sure he loses this round. But because that Venomancer was so far away in the corner, it allowed him to buy the damage that he needed over time to essentially get the victory.
I'm looking at Zaraya's board now. Drow and Venomancer, both 2-star already, and 2 Primordials for a frontline. So Summoning Stone going to come into play. Lots of damage going to come into play. And this is looking pretty formidable already. Techie's team has 3 different Brawnies. And a 2-star Drow, so that's a hot start for Techies to potentially get some chonky boys here soon. The thing is, with the Brawnies, you have to make sure you still win the round. If the Brawnies don't kill anything, they're actually just a detriment. So you still need good supporting units that might snake their kills. Can be tough.
Certainly.
We have actually three players in double Brawny at the moment. That is a bit surprising. And not all of them can top 4, I'll tell you that right now.
I was going to say, it's definitely not going to stick, I'm sure.
Let's take a look at MX, grabbing some Knights early on. He's got a level 2 Tiny. Blightstone Luna. I have not seen Blightstone really selected very much at all either. Last game we had 2 Vitality boosters, and I was like, his items must have been garbage to end up with 2 Vitality boosters, but Blightstone,
like
not a great
it doesn't do minus armor on the following targets either. I don't believe, so
no bounces.
It does seem a little odd of a pickup.
Let's see, 2 Tiny in the perfect spot here, though, for MX to start this fight as they all collapse on him. He gets the fling, and again, this is the trap of the Brawnies. They're not going to kill a single thing against MX here. So Techies team, even though he has 3 of them, they didn't kill anything. And now that they've removed the immediate Brawny buff of 200 HP across the board, you actually need 7 kills on each dude to make up for the loss from that former alliance.
Yeah, I don't like the he had that early 2-star Drow. I mean, and he has Fall from Grace for that matter. So I really think he should be trying to take advantage of that. Try to build into Hunters perhaps in general, or it looks like he at least has 2 Pudges there. So he is going to get that Heartless synergy on the board no matter what. But yeah, going a different direction certainly would be to his benefit. I feel he is still going to, like, I would rather have the Pudge out than the Axe personally right now. Just get that Heartless on the board, but he's not doing it.
Yep, here we go. New fight. I've got Pit to Play highlighted here. He's got 2 2-star Druids, thanks to that Druid buff. He's got all 2 stars except for his Pudge. So he is actually just going to steamroll through Techies Tima, who we were just discussing there.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. When you see your opponent going the same thing as you with the Brawny, and he already has 2-star versions
Time to
where you're
bail.
sitting on 1 stars, exactly. You just need to bail. So I really hope for his sake that he picks up on that sooner than later.
Oh, Goomba. Goomba has 3 Assassins in right now, and 2 of them are 2-star Bloodseekers. I'm a fan. I actually have been climbing very well with 3 Warrior, 6 Assassin. Because of your variety of Warriors, you can usually 2-star one quickly, kind of carry you a little bit while you look for your Assassins. And then Slark PA plus X tend to do very well. I like to pair Slardar with Slark for the Scaly bonus. Around mid-game, works well. You can also toss Slardar for Tidehunter if you see Tidehunter early. It's just been working for me. So another suggestion out there for people trying to climb is 3 Warrior, 6 Assassin. Usually aren't too contested on it.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up Slaughter. That's one of those units I personally have been growing on a bit too. There's just the damage, the right click he does is actually really strong compared to other 2-cost units, and there is that the Scaled Alliance that isn't that bad, especially with how popular magic damage is right now as you're getting it last game.
Scaly bonus for only 2 units is 30% magic resist against the mage bonus, which needs 3 units for minus 40% magic resist. Pairs up pretty well, especially for your assassins who are a bit floppy as it is. You kind of need Mask of Madness, Undying Helm, stuff like that. And right now, there's no helm for these Bloodseekers, which is like the nuts item for Bloodseeker at the moment. Bloodseeker stock went way up with these new items. Like, pretty much anything goes on him now, and it makes him viable. Whereas in the past, I just skipped Bloodseeker all the time because I thought it was garbage. Now Bounty Hunter.
Tranquil Boots, yeah.
Bounty Hunter is kind of the least desirable here, unless you're into the scrappy early. I'm gonna watch the Assassins.
Look at the board. Yeah, of Goomba. You're watching Goomba. So yeah, his bench is interesting too. He wants to transfer into that whole mage strategy, but he's living on the whole 2-star Bloodseekers right now, and it certainly is working for him.
If I hit tab and click that Tinker on his bench, let's see if I can find it. Where's Goomba at? Yeah, if I click Tinker on his bench, there's literally no Tinkers out there. I'm not seeing any Timber Saws. Actually, there's a couple of Timber Saws for Techies all the way down at the bottom, so maybe one other person competing for those scrappy inventors, but Goomba's going to go ahead and plug in the Tinker now with Bounty Hunter. And Scrappy Assassins is viable if he doesn't find those mages, which are a bit more hotly contested. I like Scrappy Assassins too to get a top 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the mages on the benches as you mentioned that, and there's actually not a lot of them on the benches either. So
Crystal Maiden's tier 3, so she's kind of out, not really there yet. Puck, only one Puck out there is actually a bit surprising. But Morphling, again, popular as always. I'm going to watch the 5 Knights of MX. MX has 5 Knights and the Troll bonus. It's here just a loot round, but I like that start. That is a hot start if he can 2-star any of those.
I was gonna say it's a hot start, but only being 1 star is
well, he's got dupes for Chaos Knight, Luna, and Bat Rider. He just needs to find one, and he may die to the loot round as a result.
He's gonna die to the loot round. Yeah, that really shows you how important it is to have 2 stars on the board. Really,
man, it always feels bad to lose to the golems. A couple people lost actually. Techie's team as well. Still just has the 1-star brawnies out there. It's not looking too hot for him, but he is piling up Timber Saws and Tinkers as a pivot. How about our top brawny player right now, Pit to Play, is just ruling with the 3 warrior. He got 2-star Pudge already. He's actually looking real good. Wheatfin, I've seen that streak symbol on him multiple times in our first series. He's got a bunch of 2-stars in as well, and also looking for those knights.
He just got a contract on his Chaos Knight. No, he doesn't have another Bloodbound currently, but that certainly is a unit that or Luna, for that matter, if you get her a 2-star, could benefit from it.
We do also have a contract on Pit to Play's Treant, but again, that's just extra health at the moment, so totally fine. With upside later on in the game, potentially.
Oh yeah, I overlooked the 250 life. That's right, they did add that, so it is still doing something at least.
All right, here we have Wheatfin versus Techie's team. It's first versus last, so it was a bit of a pushover, but you never know who they're going to get. Yeah, he's going to just walk right through him. Techie's in a bit of trouble there. Techie's did win his first group. Let's see, where can I find his points? Actually, no, he got 3rd in his group. Okay. He had a 2nd place finish and a 7th place finish to do so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, so Wheatfin, not worried about him. He's got the questionable win streak graphic going already. Up in the top left there.
Yeah, that thing is very intimidating.
Very questionable. It kind of looks like something else.
I see what you're saying. No, I saw that, yeah.
Pit to Play looking very strong. Let's click down to Mighty Duck. What's he got going? Oh, 3 warriors, okay. With a little bit of brawny spice. Beastmaster helping out with the damages, 3,700 damage in his last round. Going for Hunters, Brawny Hunters could be really good for Mighty Duck here. Oh, he's facing Pit to Play, who's kind of in the same vein, Warriors and Druids at the moment. Lycan.
Would you say Brawny Hunters is the play? Like, if you're going Brawny, that usually you'd want to pair those Hunters?
Yes, and in my opinion, he's using Lycan right now, which I think is fine, but I would prefer 3 range, or excuse me, 2 other range. I guess Beastmaster is the Brawny there, but when you end up with Brawny Hunters and Lycan in the mix, you end up with too many melee units. The wolves will go through your units, but your units will not go through the wolves. So you'll see your Beastmaster doing laps trying to find targets, Juggernaut doing laps trying to find targets, and it's super frustrating. So if you're going to do Brawny Hunters, my suggestion is Windranger Sniper as quick as you can get them. Lycan is fine right now. Again, as I said, we're very early in this game, and a Blink Lycan's going to trigger very quickly. But Beastmaster did 5,400, Lycan did 800. That's just kind of a quick comparison there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Windranger and Sniper are just going to blast things down while your Brawnies live forever.
And even though we lost that round, his Beastmaster actually got 3 more kills even, so it's not the worst loss ever. And yeah, he's already at 18 kills.
This is another very important factor. Kills matter on summons, so the prevalence of all these Eidolons actually lets Beastmaster and Jug just scoop kills in the early game. So when you get a 2-star Beastmaster, you just run with it.
Very true.
Ooh, and he's facing a 3-star Enchantress with that Druid buff from Zarea. Beastmaster is going to live a long time, but the rest of the squad is not, so he's not going to hold up. Zarea is going to chunk him there.
Again, though, he just went from 18 to 24 kills.
Yeah, the summons, man.
Even with a loss, that's still really not that bad. This Beastmaster is going to get very tanky.
He's going to be stout indeed here. Slardar and Pudge. Slardar, I think you could just free up the bench space now. He's going to be the least likely of these to make it to the end game, I would think. But Tiny also could just be expendable later. You're going to want to pile up Hunters and Warlocks, if anything. And he did actually just sell his Tiny right now to hit that interest point. So I guess keeping Slardar around is fine. Now he's got the interest point. Let's check out Laxey's. We have not checked him out at all yet. And he's got a 2-star PA, 2-star Quap already in there. And a 2-star Terrorblade being the PS Diresius Resistance. Techie's Tima with 4 Scrappy, though, actually found all his Inventors and Alchemists already, which is really great. Very tanky front line, exploding front line, and that is actually, if he gets this Terrorblade down, man, I thought he had a chance, but actually PA's still alive, so it did not work out for him. TD managed to get 1,600, but PA and Quap both did over 2,500 damage. I really like the way this build is going now for Laxey's.
At first, I thought I heard you say Techie's Tama found his 4 Inventors. I was like, holy crap! But no, the four Scrappy and the 3 Inventors. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a brutal game for him, hasn't it? 1-9 record. So he did manage a 1 victory, but he certainly switched, and that was clearly the right play.
Yeah. There's only 2 Scrappies out there, and there were 3 Brawnies at the time, and both of them had passed him. But I think he can manage with Scrappy Hunters is kind of a weird one. Just in fact, you don't have the magic damage buffing your explosions, and you don't have assassins hitting the back line. The Hunters he's using are a 1-star like and a 1-star BM, also kind of unfortunate. But Dog and Pony show time. Who's gonna live and who's gonna die? Ooh, Beastmaster got chunked immediately. I'm just watching Techie's Tima just because we're already on his board, but he should be okay with the Scrappy buff. Wolves have a tough time against all of those. And there he does complete it. Let's see what items we rack up now. Just checking all the globals for everybody. Laxey's is our only Aegis. Couple of Summoning Stones. And probably picking up swords and the like for most people at this point. Some people are hoping for a big-time contract. I don't actually see either of them picking up a second one.
Techie's Tima, I think his next unit, actually, Necrophos would feel really good right now for what he's going. Another Heartless and another, it would actually give him Warlock synergy too.
I like that. I usually do look for Necrophos as like a 10th if we're in that weird position at endgame where you're not finding your Techies or Gyro. Necro is only a tier 4, so sometimes he can plug in. Just give you a little bit of sustain. Let's look at, who have we not watched in a bit? Maybe Goomba. Let's check out Goomba. He's doing the Scrappy Assassins, or he was. Now he actually doesn't have the Assassin bonus. Interesting. This is looking pretty weak. I expect Techies to beat him here.
Was he the one with the Bloodseekers?
He was the one with the
Bloodseekers. They're just gone. Yeah, he sold them. Okay.
Would not have been me. I think he's looking kind of rough at the moment.
Yeah, that is shocking. I mean, he had 2-star Bloodseekers really early on. That's I almost feel like it's worth at least trying to maybe even get
and
to
he has a Helm of the Undying now, so he's probably kicking himself.
Yeah.
That 3-star Bloodseeker with a helm would absolutely do 4,000 damage after dying.
Oh yeah. No, that is a great item for that hero, of course.
Wheatfin did manage the 2 Bloodbound contracts.
Oh.
For Knights, that's a really good comp to have it with. I've actually, because it's actually BTC, big time contract, I've actually just been calling it Bitcoin as a joke.
Oh god.
But he's got his Bitcoins. He invested in Bitcoin and it paid off.
Not the BitConnect.
BitConnect.
I've heard it's going up recently.
I don't ever want to talk about crypto again. I actually cashed out 4 times my investment from $200 to $800, not $200 to $20,000. So I'm a bit salty about that. But 4x on an investment's pretty good.
It's better than
I could not have expected it to go past $1,000, let alone many thousands of dollars at that time.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Zarya actually going to get chomped in half by Wheatfin. I was just watching the Knights. The Knights and Warlocks of Wheatfin are looking incredibly strong at the top of the totem pole right now, with those Bloodbound contracts as well.
Yeah, that's...
He's looking for dupes.
I'm kind of curious what the Bloodbound contract also... I guess he has a Warlock out there, doesn't he?
He did just plop him in there for another little bump.
Yeah.
He's looking for dupes. Hopefully he doesn't have to make a hard decision and he can either finish Bat Rider, Luna, or Witch Doctor. There he does get the Witch Doctor. Fortunate for him. Let's check over to Pit2Play, who is now actually on a losing streak. He had the strong brawny start and is now doing kind of a hodgepodge of warlocks because of the big-time contract he picked up. I don't know if that's necessarily the right move. Juggernaut has 23 kills, so he's going to be pretty stout here. Terrorblade, oh, he's up against the elusive assassins. That's actually going to be pretty rough for Pit2Play. I would expect Laxis to win this 8 times out of 10. Yeah, Phantom Assassin's just going nuts. Does have the Mask of Madness, best in slot items for Phantom Assassin. Just carved him up.
Yeah, she two-shot each of the Arc Wardens, and then she just essentially one-shot the Shadow Fiend. Yeah, she was just going off. That was unfortunate.
Oh, wow. Goomba just got beat by 13 HP left on a Bat Rider. Extremely close fight.
Feels bad, man.
Yep.
But luckily not the most damage.
He could have cracked Wheatfin's win streak, but missed it by 13 HP.
Just got our first 3-star on the board. Zuria gets a 3-star Venomancer.
Oh, very nice. And actually is running the 2 Druids at 2 stars, so we'll have either Enchantress or Nature's Prophet 3-star to contend with. I'm liking that. I'm liking that.
And has a Summoning Stone.
2-star Lycan. I'm liking it.
Yeah, that joke's been done before.
I don't think it has. I don't know what joke you're talking about.
Original. You're so original, yes.
Ooh, Elusives versus the 3 stars. This is actually intriguing. Phantom Assassin jumps the Enchantress, goes right through the Arc Warden clones, but clones keep getting made. Phantom Assassin actually going to go down to the Vino because she took too long on the Arc Warden, so did not get any damage in there. And
it's
Vino triumphs.
There's no better feeling in the world when you have a Shadow Fiend that's just about to die and he gets the Requiem off and he shoots back up to full life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's exactly what happened right there. And yeah, honestly, that wasn't even really that close. So the Venomancer was just spamming wards back there comfortably. Yeah, he had quite the wall set up. So,
PA got through Enchantress immediately, but then kept killing clones and could not walk anywhere else because Viper was in the slot next to her and couldn't move at all. So unfortunate.
Oh, okay.
Bear trap time. That's potato, tomato, alternatively ketchup and mustard.
How about Techie's Timo, by the way?
Let's take a look.
He's coming back a little bit.
Yeah, he got his 2-star scrappies. Once the Alchemist got plugged in, I think that certainly helped him quite a bit. He basically just forget about Brawny. You know, let's just do the 3 Hunter. 1-star Lycan is a bit upsetting. Would like to see a better Ranger or Hunter for him by this point. But he's going to kill Tomato first, and that means he's probably going to lose this fight. It's hard to say with the explosions, but I think he's probably going to lose this fight. Ooh, Tinker Rocket. Tinker Rocket. Nick of time.
Without the rocket, he definitely loses.
Extremely close there, but he does manage to get it. Also, just notice the Mask of Madness Drow Ranger.
Yep.
Not my favorite. Drow is okay, but...
Why not? Why don't you like it?
Just, I wouldn't have...
Just compared to other Mask of Madness targets?
With this comp, I'm looking for different items.
Okay.
There's got to be something better than Mask of Madness for a Drow.
It's interesting because at the same time, I think the one thing this comp is somewhat lacking is that single target damage. And that's what a Drow Mask of Madness brings.
Okay, I could see that. But I think, I don't know. I've played a lot of Scrappy just leveling from Big Boss 1 to like Big Boss 3/4 because I'm right on the cusp. I keep losing it. But typically with these Scrappies, I like to do defensive items like Chainmail and Timber. I actually would pop it on the Clockwork and put him out in front.
Sure.
Just more HP, more effective HP to get through.
Like if you had an option to get like a mech, then yeah, you should have taken that.
But like yeah, defense. I think defensive items work really well, and I feel like the Mask of Madness on the Drow is not going to pile up to much. She's still not autoing for a crazy amount, but it's fine. He just defeated Laxis the Evasive, so that's super good. And MX is our one streaker at the moment. He's actually going to lose to Zarya quite heartily with all those summons piling up against him. And now Zarya is streaking.
6-win streak.
3-star
6
Jug.
loss streak for Pit2Play.
3-star Jug for Mighty Duck. Let's pop back over to him. Oh yeah, Warrior Hunter. I'm liking. I didn't mean to say it that time, but his comp is looking very good. Slardar's going to melt the armor for all of the other units to just walk through. Not to mention, he already has -5 armor on everybody from Heartless. So, Mighty Duck, I'm curious what he might be losing to with a very strong amount of physical damage here. I'm going to watch his board, see who he gets paired with. Techies Tima.
44 kills on that Beastmaster's, 2,500 life.
Jug is sitting with 2670. Not quite as many kills, but more HP in the end.
Start.
Good pudge hook on the Shadow Fiend actually locked him out. Beastmaster with the axes! Super close. 2 Tinker gets the job done.
Alright, well, minimal damage again, but still, that's a close call. Yeah, he needs he is lacking crowd control, and of course there is a warrior unit, and in fact the skilled unit that would be great is that Tidehunter.
Disruptor would be a great plug-in, even just because Brawny already. But he's got 2 2-star BMs now in there instead of the 2 Slardars. That could definitely pile up some damage. One of them is going to be a little bit weaker, obviously, but yeah. Techies team is striking up. Goomba now in our last place slot. Was the scrappy assassins to start with. Now is just building primordials. Got his 2 Arc Warden now, but no good sword for him. He's only got 2 Helm of Undying. You would love to have any kind of damage for that Arc Warden, but watching him now against Techies Tima, who's been streaking up, it's Scrappy versus Scrappy.
Got the Requiem off, but there's the counter wreck. Super Solid died in a bad spot right there. Explosion not doing a lot of damage. It's going to be a victory for Goomba.
All right, Goomba hanging on. Techies Tima and Goomba fighting for 8th place, struggling to hang on. Laxy's actually taking another dip. 4 loss streak despite the 6 elusive, and actually a pretty solid comp overall with the Terrorblade and Anti-Mage, so it's a good thing he has that Aegis. There's actually 2 Aegises only in this first game. There's a 3-star Omni Knight for MX. That's enough for me to hop over. Check out what he's doing. He's very close to a 3 Luna. He just got the 3 Luna Mask of Madness. MX Power Spike. Wow, Wheatfin has his work cut out for him now. That is a ton of extra HP and damage. Yeah, he says, have mercy, Wheatfin.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually. He has a 3-star Omni and a Luna. That's a 3-cost unit as well as a...
Techies Tima is bracing for death at this point, potentially. This is actually could happen here. Techies bomb. Where'd that Techies come from? Techies Tima actually got the Techies in, and it may have staved off defeat for now, so it's a good thing he did. But 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, he is going to stay alive.
The Batrider died there. I don't know if that damage even counts, actually.
No, it would not count, yeah. So he managed to survive. Laxy's, oh no, gets chunked again. Laxy's is 2 Terrorblades away from a 3-star. I really don't know if he shops at this point. It's the loot round. Okay, so he's safe through the loot round. Laxy's does have an Aegis, so he has 1 extra life as well.
Both top players running those knights, man. 6 knights.
Yeah, I think MX's squad is looking better overall, especially with 4 Heartless. He's got the Fall from Grace knights, so that is brutal to deal with when you don't have it. All right, watching Laxy's chop up these birds. Phantom Assassin is, of course, the expert bird killer because the crits chop through evade rolls. They actually override evade, so PA, always a good one to have for birds. Did 6,100 damage. And we'll see what items start to get collected here.
With him, by the way, he's got a Braces of Desperation on his Omni Knight even before this round's over.
Yeah. Skullbasher for Zorea's Arc Warden is looking pretty good. Goomba needs a sword for his 2-star Arc Warden. I'm surprised, actually, there's 2 Arc Warden users that are not in Primordial. They don't even have Primordial buff, but you do get the clone benefits from Summoning Stone, so all 3 of those players do have Summoning Stone.
Okay.
Goomba, what item are you going to get?
I think he got a 2nd helm.
No, he had it. I did notice he had that.
Oh, yeah, 2 helms, right?
There, Moon Shard. There you go.
Wow. pretty good.
Yeah, he did. He was running it on Timber and Shadow Fiend previously. Tiny 3 for him as well.
I'm wondering what the other option was. Because that took a while to get the Moonshard.
Yeah, Moonshard Arc Warden, especially being able to pop the clone out right there, that's a good spot for him. I'm going to watch him, actually. The Arc Warden Moonshard, see what that damage piles up to. Tiny 3 also a big help here. 3-star Terrorblade was found by Laxys. He's got a shot. The Terrorblade needs to survive, and right now he's in a scary place. He is not going to survive. Undying Tiny, in fact, flips him to the back of the world. And it's going to be Primordials and Shadow Fiend. Tinker really just cleaning up here. Tinker Bomb almost killed Mirana outright. Tinker Rockets, rather. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is Techie's Tima going to survive? No. Knocked out in 8th place, and Laxys did have his Aegis cracked.
Okay.
Laxys has 2 Dawning of Restule. I recently found out.
No, it's only 1.
Wait, oh, does he? Oh, man.
It's the bug.
Freaking bug. I had a chance to take it.
What were you going to say? Yeah.
I had a chance to take it, and I had to ask friends, like, does this actually do no healing? And they said yes. So
really?
Yeah, so it's minus literally no healing. you can't heal.
So it's interesting, yeah, how a lot of the numbers in this game do seem to be additive over multiplicative. So
unfortunately,
stuff like that,
things like Daedalus on PA doesn't add; it actually overrides.
Sure.
And Poaching Knife on PA overrides. So it's kind of wonky in some places. You just have to know it.
Isn't it kind of curious that he has it, though, considering he has a Treant Thorn? I guess it's not a big deal.
Who are you watching? Laxys?
Laxys, yeah.
Well, the Terrorblade's shredding things. Let's see. The Treant is the only one really who benefits from it.
Yeah.
It is maybe not my first choice for elusive. Actually, Mask of Madness is hindered by that as well.
Oh, true. Yeah, I don't know. Dunning, I actually haven't picked it up myself because I feel like it's always just like it's doing more negative to me than help, so.
I pick it up for actually 2 people just died that round. I didn't even notice Pit2Play was in threat of falling out there. That's unfortunate. Let's just see what his comp was. He had the Primordial Shamans, actually. Bloodbound Primordial Shamans with the Summoning Stone. That's an interesting one. You don't see it too often, and I guess that's why, but Mighty Duck now has 3 3-stars with his Warriors. Brawny is completed now. Disruptor's in the mix. I really like Mighty Duck's build, but does he have enough to get through MX and his crazy stuff? We're going to watch Mighty Duck here against Zarea's Summoner Hodgepodge, I guess you could call it. He's got a lot of Druids and the Vino in there. Beastmaster for Mighty Duck. 68 kills, 6240 max health. He's going to just cleave everything with those axes.
It's hilarious. You said 68 kills. I looked at it. It's on up to 78.
78 now. Jesus. Okay.
It's insane.
And
with
refresher.
The refresher orb on him. Yeah, the double wild axes.
He did 17.6k. I haven't seen anything but a Terrorblade or a 3-star Slark get that insane. 17.6k.
Mighty Duck. How does this thing die?
Well, this is what Divination, our very first game winner on the stream, he had this essentially, and I think he won the game with 47 player health left, some ridiculous amount. But these Knights,
and he just got a Disruptor out there.
If the Knights can't get through it, then Mighty Duck's just gonna cruise from here. Disruptor, yep, front line with the Helm of Undying to make sure he gets the cast off.
God. 7,000 life lead.
Oh, he's silenced and dead, so he actually didn't disrupt.
Doesn't matter, dude.
It doesn't matter. We see the Beastmaster here. He's insane. 83 kills now. 24 streak, in fact. Goomba might be dead out of the game. I'm not sure who actually won the round. Oh, he is knocked out in 5th place.
God, MX dealt 20 damage. Yeah, MX is certainly very strong himself. And I want to see them match up. Yeah. MX versus Mighty Duck.
It is a loot round here, dinos, so people will be adjusting for that, most likely. Dinos are so tricky, man. You just need stuns. So Chaos Knight and Witch Doctor should be just fine for MX. Wheatfin not running a Witch Doctor. Actually doesn't have much CC except for the Chaos Knight. Mighty Duck, no CC. He's just brute damage. Actually, I'm going to watch Mighty Duck. He's just going to outlast this anyway, though. He's got enough health.
Yeah, probably.
So we'll see. Axe will just take the brunt here, and everyone else will slice him in half. Slardar with the minus armor, actually, is going to be really helpful here as well. God, Slardar just casts so quickly at 3 stars. They're all armor cracked. And now their healing is over, and Beastmaster's still got plenty of life. And Drow supporting? No, doesn't get it. The lack of CC was actually detrimental there. Zarya did get it as well. The Lone Druid Bear actually does lock down these dinos to kill as well. All right, I'm going to watch MX just because he looks like a steamroller, and I want to see this Luna do 14k damage.
Zarya got a pipe, I believe.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, Zarya has a Moonshard and a pipe out there. Abaddon 3. Oh my goodness, he's got 3 3-star knights. 3 of the best 3-star knights. Against Wheat Thin's no 3 stars. That's got to be rough. Just watching the other guy get your stuff. He's 1 Chaos Knight away from a 3-star, 3 Lunas away, 2 Omni Knights away. Still got a little bit of work to do there. MX against Wheat Thin. I'm watching MX's board. And Luna insta-kills whoever that was in the front. I think it was Necrophos. Just the first chop. Yeah, not close at all. That's got to feel terrible. He's going to take 20 damage.
Yeah, Wheat Thin's... He just needs to not match up against MX.
Zarya on the other side. Didn't see who won there, but Zarya is on the ropes. Out of the game. Yep, knocked out. 13 damage for Zarya. So Wheat Thin, Mighty Duck, and MX are our top 3 here. 92 kills on the BM now. Let's take a look. Yep, pretty
You see
solid.
Zarya's pointing that out in chat. Even he's like, yeah, Beastmaster. Trust us, we've been highlighting it.
13k damage on him, so... That's it's gonna be tough to beat.
I want to see the matchup, him versus MX.
Oh, it'll happen. It'll happen. Maybe right now. Let's just watch Mighty Duck's perspective. He's got Blink Axe, so he's gonna get into the back line and silence somebody. Disruptor 2 in the front. We're against Wheat Thin though, not MX.
His Ghost is fighting MX though.
True. We could click over, but we'll see. Mighty Duck likely gonna chop through. Again, yeah, Jug and BM not even dented, really, by the end of this fight. Even though there is a little bit of sustain, Luna's trying her hardest. It's gonna be very close. Beastmaster actually lives with 11 health out of 8 million. MX lost to Mighty Duck's clone.
Yep.
Okay.
I was watching it, yeah.
For a significant amount, in fact. So
the Beastmaster just did too much, yeah.
Wow. Wow. 95.
Answer this for me.
Yep.
Does the Beastmaster kills that he gets as a ghost, does that count towards brawny?
No, absolutely not. It's only your own board.
Okay, that would, that would be insane. Okay.
Only your own board. Lycan is 1 Lycan away from a 3-star. Pudge is only 2 Pudges away, so man, he is actually just stacked. Here's MX against... Or sorry, Mighty Duck against MX for an actual health battle this time. And Wheat Thin may get knocked out of the game here against MX's clone. Beastmaster chopping him. Double chop. The Knights are persisting. There's only the chunky boys left, really. Well, Blink Disruptor actually is going to get another cast, but Luna alone is going to be the victor here, I think. Ooh, it's so hard to tell. What is Oh, Jug has Mask of Madness. Never mind.
Yep.
Never mind.
He wins it. And you know what? I think what ultimately won him that was the Pudge hook. The placement of the Pudge was interesting. Now, I guess he moved over there, but it actually hooked the Luna right here where the Disruptor is now, and it made Luna only attack him for like 10 seconds.
It is going to be Wheat Thin getting knocked out in third, kind of as expected. Unfortunately, it lost the Knights race in this one pretty heartily to MX, and you never know when that's going to happen. Sometimes you high roll, sometimes you low roll, but Mighty Duck definitely high rolled the Brawny Warriors here. Beastmaster only did 8,200. I say only because he was doing 12 to 14k every round before that. Here's MX again. He does have some very, very stout Knights with the 3 stars. Disruptor gonna get 1 cast off. He actually moved the Helm of Undying back onto it, which I think is a good move. And Beastmaster should chunk the axes again. Not enough damage left on the board. MX is actually going to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of damage. Mighty Duck might actually only have like 1 life left, so to speak. But he does have an Aegis. And we're going into Dragon Loot Round now, so it's possible he can find something else to help him out.
Yeah, I think getting level 9 there was definitely key. MX, by the way, the fact he's also sitting on that 1-star DK is kind of feels bad, man, for him. But hey, he won the round.
Still just need 1 more copy of DK to complete him.
Both are going to sit at 50, but Mighty Duck is 1 Lycan away from a 3-star Lycan. He's 2 Pudges away from a 3-star Pudge. So certainly those are very realistic 3 stars to come for Mighty Duck. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes all in after this round.
Yeah, this lineup for the Dragon was kind of interesting by MX, but I guess he just knew he would have the CC and damage, so it didn't really matter a whole lot. I would be scared to line them all up on the sides like that, just in case of an unlucky clump killing 4 dudes. But he got it. He got the Dragon Knight. He got a Moon Shard for it. There's Scythe of Vice for Mighty Duck. Scythe of Vice could actually be a great one, especially in the 3-star meta. You never want one of your 3 stars to get pigged, and Luna is very fast at attacking, so I might put Scythe further forward than the Lycan in the corner. I don't know, what is he trying to bait there? There's no... Oh, I guess Viper could jump on him? That doesn't seem worth... Okay, he did move the Scythe.
No, he put it on X.
There you go. Definitely.
He got the 3-star Lycan and the Pudge, by the way.
Wow, okay. So he hit everything he wanted, really. Drow is the only one. Jeez, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-stars.
That's crazy.
Divination had that as well in his brawny game. When it's uncontested, it's pretty simple, it seems. They're only level 9 and 8, by the way, at round 36.
Mm-hmm.
Lycan, ton of health, but that's not going to be enough. The Brawnies actually got chewed through.
Brawnies are tanky as hell, but the damage is clearly an issue between Warlock and Knight synergy.
The Heartless, that 4 Heartless, actually just making a massive difference here with the Fall from Grace. And Mighty Duck, no more Aegis.
I think he needs to level up here, and I was trying to look at what unit would make sense for him.
There's
maybe a Warlock unit.
He just had a Tidehunter that he tossed it. Medusa, Ranger, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Goes with Slardar for Scaly. That could actually be massive.
He's searching for more.
That's all he's got.
Now
you have to figure out what item you want on it and protect it. Doesn't really have a good item for it. No good item for Medusa.
Medusa's gonna get ganked here.
But providing Scaly bonus could be, 30% magic resist against these Knight's abilities. Could be enough.
Didn't get ganked, actually.
Oh yeah, Medusa just hanging out. Beastmaster actually hanging out as well. Did not actually do great with the sticks, though. The axes he threw only hit the Viper. That was essentially dead already. Undying Lycan does a bit of work. Now it's going to be Medusa versus a Luna, though, and we know how that's going to end. Whoa! Never mind!
9 damage. Oh,
Necrophos, though, will pop her with the skull. The floating skull of death. And Mighty Duck getting quite low just because of the round health damage.
Yeah, Medusa's damage was actually okay there, but unfortunately the position made it her Stone Gaze essentially hit nothing
I saw
on the board, so that kind of sucked.
I like the new graphic for the zone being shown, but I don't like the rocks at their feet. They look kind of not great. They could do a better visual, I think.
Still in early beta.
Still beta. Actually, people are thinking they're going to announce release at TI. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I know, we'll see. Everyone says that just because it's a TI.
All right, watching Mighty Duck perspective here. Viper jumps and does not distract anybody, so that's actually kind of rough for MX. He did shift all his guys to the back left, but that's actually just going to help Medusa free fire a bit more. Her ult again does not affect really anything, though, and that is going to be game over with MX grabbing first place with some insane Knights. Mighty Duck definitely cruised to second place, but could not pull out the finish. Go ahead and take my screenshot for posterity here.
God. 109 kills for Beastmaster in the end. It's a lot of kills.
109, not bad.